Hello, my darlings, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Because just because we are far apart doesn't mean that we are not going to keep taking care of our bodies and our minds and our hearts together. Alright, so as always, the first thing I want you to do on Wellness Wednesday is relax your arms by your sides, take a deep breath in through your nose, and let it out through your mouth. And deep breath in. And let it out. Now, as always, I want you to pick up your arms and check around you and make sure that there is nothing that you can hit. No person, no furniture, no walls. I have to be careful because I have that right there, so I have to know that I can't swing my arms up like this. I have to watch out for that. Check above you, make sure you have enough space. You only need the space from your fingertip to your fingertip, okay? So if you've got that, you're doing okay. Alright, now I want you to close your eyes, or if you're uncomfortable, you can leave them open, but relax them. And I want you to think about your body. What feels weird? What feels crunchy? What feels achy? What feels tired? You can have a bit of a wiggle. Just see, ooh, right there, that's weird for me. Alright, and I want you to just kind of feel all the bits of you and figure out what's not feeling great, okay? And I want you to take extra special care of that bit, okay? Everything that we do, if it hurts or it feels uncomfortable, then I want you to stop, okay? You're in charge of your body. You know what hurts. You know what feels good, okay? Alright. So everybody's been sitting at home a lot more, which is great because you're taking care of yourself and your safety, but it also means that our bodies aren't moving as much as we're used to, okay? Even going outside and running around for an hour a day is not enough to really get all the blood flowing through our body the way it needs to be. So today we are going to do isolations, which means that we're going to move all the pieces of our body so we can get all the blood back inside of it and we can get you guys feeling better and happy. Alright? So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is put your hands out in front of you like this. So starting with your thumbs, I'm going to ask you to move them in circles. And they're nice slow circles. We are not trying to crack our thumbs or swing them off of our hands. Now go the other way. We are just trying to rotate them as much as we can to get all the movement out of them that we can. We're giving our thumbs a nice stretch. Now our pointer fingers. Move them around in nice big circles. Now sometimes, for some fingers, you'll be able to hold the rest of your fingers still. Go the other way. And sometimes they'll move by themselves, and that's okay. Some fingers I can hold still better than others too. And now your middle fingers. Rotate them around, nice big circles. And if you feel like your arms are starting to get heavy because you're holding them out in front of you, take a nice deep breath and fill up your tummy. To remind yourself to use those muscles too, not just your arm muscles. And the other way. Now your ring fingers, nice big circles. And the other way. Now your pinky fingers, and I'm not good at these. So if you're good at these, good job, because they are hard to do. And the other way. Alright, good job. Now we're going to do our wrists, okay? Nice, big circles. And you can use your fingers to kind of rotate you around, kind of like you're a witch casting a spell, or you can hold your fists and you can do it like this. I like to cast a spell because, as we all know, estoy la bruja. Now go the other way. Good. Alright, now we're going to do our elbows. And I'm going to remind you, as always, you are not Willow Smith. You are not whipping yourself back and forth. So I don't want to see any of this. Okay? Nice, big, gentle circles. Ooh, how a nice welcome to your elbows. They missed you. I bet you haven't used them in a while. And go the other way. Good, big circles. Alright, and some of you might feel a little bit of a muscle ache here from holding your arms up. That's good. That means your muscles are remembering how to work, and it's okay for them to ache a little bit. because they're probably tired of sitting around. All right, now you're going to do your shoulders. So you can do big circles like this, where you leave your arms down on your thighs and roll your shoulders. This is what it looks like from the side. Okay? Or you can do full circles with your arms. I'm not going to do that because I checked my space and I know I don't have enough room where I am, okay? So I'm going to do the smaller ones. And remember, you're still not Willow Smith. Do not whip these arms around, all right? So big circles, back. And don't forget to breathe, nice big deep breaths. And then you're going to do circles to the front. And that's what it looks like from the side. All right, very good. Now I want to remind you to check in with your feet. You can see my feet in my beautiful llama socks that were a gift from me, from the Mejia family. Thank you. They're planted underneath my shoulders, so if I took my hands on my shoulders and I drew a line, I would touch my feet, okay? I'm not standing like this, I'm not standing like this. I am standing nice and strong on my 2 feet, okay? All right, now we're going to take our chin and we're going to drop it down to our chest. Okay, we're not pushing, we're not tightening, we're just dropping. Now we're going to take our chin, we're going to point it up at the ceiling, give the front of your neck a nice stretch. Now, what I'm doing is I'm not going like this, and I'm not cruncheting. I'm not cruncheting the back of my neck, because that's not what I want to do. I want to stretch out the front. So I'm lifting my chin, giving it a nice stretch. Good. Now, drop it down, and lift it up, and drop it down, and lift it up, and come back to the center. Good. Now, you're going to look over your right shoulder. You're going to make sure this shoulder doesn't follow you, okay? So what you don't want to do is go, oh, I'm looking over here, because that's not what we're doing. This shoulder is going to stay still, and just your head is going to look over your right shoulder. And then you're going to look a little farther, and a little farther. Good. Come back to the center. And now we're going to look over our left shoulder. Same thing, this shoulder stays where it was, okay? Here we go. And a little farther. And a little farther. Good. Now back over our right shoulder. Center. Left shoulder. Center. Right shoulder. Center. Left shoulder. Center. Very good. Now we're going to drop our chin back to our chest. And this time, we're going to roll our heads over to our right shoulder. Just let them roll, nice and gentle, and roll it back to the middle, and roll them over to our left shoulder. And roll them back to the middle, and to the right, and to the middle, and the left. This time, when we roll, we're going to keep going into one full circle. So we're going to roll over and keep our head going. Nice big circles. And the other way. Very good, and come back to center. Now I know for me, when I'm feeling anxious or nervous, which has happened to me a couple times over the last couple weeks because a lot of things have changed. It's okay and it's normal to feel anxious and nervous sometimes. So when I feel anxious or nervous, I know that I get really tight muscles right here, and that can be really uncomfortable sometimes, okay? So we're going to stretch those out. So everyone take the right arm, bring it over to the side, and then you're going to pull it across your chest, and use your left arm to pull on your shoulder a little bit. Now, you're not grabbing your elbow, okay? We're not pulling on that, and you're not letting your shoulder pop up here. You want your shoulder nice and flat, and you're just pulling. Good. Same thing, left arm out, across your chest, right arm over. Good. Now you're going to take your right arm, and you're going to put it behind you like this. Again, not grabbing your elbow, grabbing your arm. You're going to pull very gently, so you should feel the stretch right there. And you're going to pull it over this way. So I'm pulling my right elbow towards my left shoulder. Good. Same thing. I take my left arm. I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to take my right hand and pull my left elbow over towards my right shoulder. Good. Now, if you want a super duper stretch, what you can do is take your right arm and grab your left hand and give it a nice stretch like this. And if you just hold hands, it pulls your arm for you, and then you can do the same thing in the other direction. Okay? So that should open up our shoulders just a little bit, because sometimes they get really tight and uncomfortable. Okay? All right, now we're going to do our favorite one. We're going to do our chests. Okay? Now, this one takes a little practice, because a lot of the time you want to move this part. You want to go like this. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to take this part and just by itself move it over to the side. Okay? So bring your chest to the center. If it helps, you can take your hands and hold on to where your ribs are, because that'll tell you what you're trying to move. Don't push with your hands, but you can kind of feel, okay, I want to move where my hands are, and then that'll help you know what you're doing. Okay? So take a deep breath in and let it out, and take your rib cage and put it over to your right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center. And then stick it out to the front, just like we're doing Big Ugly Bird. Really stretch it out. You should feel the stretch right there. And then model, model, model. Stick it to the back. And stick it to the front. And stick it to the back. Very good. Now we're going to do our favorite thing. We're going to go in circles. Nice big circles all the way through. Go the other way. Hey, Beyonce. And then we are going to do little circles like this. Whee! And the other way. Very good. All right. It's time. It is time to go around town. So here we go. You can either bend your knees and move just your hips like this, or you can straighten your knees. Remember to keep them nice and soft. You don't want to lock them. And you can go all the way around like this. That's up to you. All right? So we're going to take our hip. We're going to go to the right. And you should feel a stretch right there on the inside of your leg, and then maybe a little bit right there, okay? And then come back to the center. And go to the left. And the center. And the right. And center. And left. And center. Here it goes. We're coming to the front. Here we go. Stick it out. Ooh. And stick it to the back. And stick it to the front. And stick it to the back. And when you stick it to the front, make sure you get that nice double chin moment going. Like that. Yeah. Very good. All right, now we're going to go all the way around town. Here we go. So we're going to start to the right. Here we go. Then we're going to go to the back. And then to the left. And then to the front. And then all the way around. Yes, take it around town. Stop at the store. Buy a loaf of bread. Ooh, very nice. And the other way. Ooh, stop and chat to our neighbors from a socially distanced 6 feet away. Ooh, what this lovely walk around town is doing for our muscles. Woohoo! Very good. And come back to the center. And then just give them a little wiggle, because they did really good and they deserve a dance party. All right. You're going to take your feet and you're going to put them together. So this time, if I started with my nose and I drew a line down, I would end up between my toes. I'm going to put my hands on my legs. I'm not putting them on my knees. I'm being very careful of my joints. I'm putting them on my legs above my knees. And then I'm going to do a Shirley Temple. Nice big circles, stretching out those knees. And the other way. Very good. All right, now we're going to do our ankles and our toes. For this, you can either lift your foot up off the ground and move like this, or if it's more comfortable, you can touch your toe to the ground and then touch your heel to the ground. Okay, whatever is more comfortable for you, it's not a competition. Okay, so I'm going to take my right foot, I'm going to put it out in front of me, I'm going to point my toes, and then I'm going to flex. And then I'm going to point, and then I'm going to flex, and then I'm going to roll my ankle in a nice wiggle. Ooh, crunchy. And then I'm going to go the other way. Very good. And now the same thing with our left foot. So lift it up or put it on the ground in front of you. Point your toe. And flex. And point. And flex. And roll. And roll the other way. Very good. All right. Now we're going to spread our feet out just slightly bigger than our shoulders. So my legs are making a triangle with the ground, an isosceles triangle, for those of you that are paying attention. All right. And then I am going to just have a little bit of a wiggle. Let my body feel comfortable. I'm going to raise my hands up to the ceiling, and I'm going to drop my body down. Now, I want my body to be relaxed, which means I'm not picking up my head like this. I'm not pushing really hard so that I can bend down. I'm letting my body stop wherever it stops. And if that's here for you, that's perfect. If that's here for you, that's perfect. Whatever is comfortable for you, okay? Now I'm going to take my fingers, and I'm going to walk them over to say hi to my right foot. And then I'm going to walk them over to say hi to my left foot. And if you're up here, then walk them over to say hi to your leg, and then over to your leg. Okay? Now I'm going to take one of my hands, I'm going to put it down in front of me, and I'm going to lift my other arm up to the sky. And switch. Very good. Now I'm going to walk my legs in so my feet are together again. And then starting right here, I'm going to roll my body up. So the last thing that should come up is my head. So here you go, my shoulders, my neck, and my head. Wonderful. All right, now we are going to do my favorite part. We are going to do our ninja hip flexors. So our hip flexors are right here. They are what connect our legs to our pelvis, right in there. I'm going to check to make sure I'm not going to kick anybody. And then I'm going to take my leg and I'm going to ninja my hip flexor. Hoo-ah! Very good. Come back to center. Here we go. Hoo-ah! All right, and now I'm going to do my other leg. I'm going to move this way so I don't kick this bookshelf. Here we go. Hoo-ah! And you do have to make the ninja noise, otherwise the stretch is not as good. I don't make the rules. Here we go. Hoo-ah! All right, very good. And now I want you to go back to your body. I want you to see, are there any bits that are crackly or crumbly? Any bits that still feel like they have tension in them, like they're still sore? If you're hurting in your neck, you can very gently take your fingers, let your head roll over to your shoulder. Take your fingers and just rest your hand on your head. You are not pulling, okay? You're letting the weight of your arm very gently just stretch your head a little bit. And if you want a deeper stretch, then you can pet your imaginary pony down here. So just reach down. Oh, it's a very short pony. And just pet it. Very good. And always, if you do one side, head to shoulder first, hand, gentle weight, pet the pony. If you do one side, you always have to do the other side. Okay? All right, very lastly, I want you to take your body and I want you to make it as big as you possibly can. And then I want you to make it as small as you can. Oh. And as big as you can. And a little small. Wow. Beautiful. All right, my babies, put your feet back under your shoulders. Deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. One more, really fill yourself up. Alright, my loves, that's it for this Wellness Wednesday. I will see you next week. In the meantime, be moving your bodies, be taking care of your minds and your hearts, and always remember, no matter how bad it gets, you can always close your eyes and take a couple deep breaths. Alright? I love you very much. Mwah! And I will see you soon.